I got my Weird Al money right here. How excited are you for Darksiders 2, Paul?
Actually, really excited. Love Darksiders 1.
Okay. I'm generally kind of like, I really liked it coming out of E3 and stuff, so I'm sure it's pretty great, but I think I don't know, I've used too many swords, been to too many dungeons lately.
Well, apparently it's
Maybe
supposed to be a little different in the way it plays. It's not so Zelda-like, I guess?
it's more Diablo-like,
Yes.
but like I played some of that Torchlight. I don't know.
You did play some of it, yes.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'm still interested, but I'm at a point now where it's like, do I start buying things for PS3 or do I like
PC, man.
but it won't look great as of right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I need stupid amount of hard drive space. So it's kind of just like I don't know.
PS3 then, I guess?
Like maybe that's kind of where I'm thinking, but at that point then I'll have games on PS3 that I would have played on 360 if I had it working.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are you saying that I should get looking at that then?
That'd be great.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna pressure you because you're doing me a favor.
Okay.
So it's all right. So don't sweat it. Really, it's not a big deal. I was looking at Lollipop Chainsaw this week too, and it's like I kind of just want to play it, so maybe I'll just buy it on PS3. And
Mm-hmm.
then instead I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get PlayStation Plus, so I did that.
Oh, you did get it then.
Yeah,
Have you
I'm
been downloading free stuff?
downloading so much free stuff, like 10 gigs of free stuff already. I had to clear off some hard drive too, which I didn't think was a problem, but I guess games just install on their own. So
Okay.
there was like 30 gigs taken up with like Heavenly Sword. It's installed on
Fantastic.
there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you cleared out the game data.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
LA Noire. There was like 5 gigs of that.
I didn't like that game.
I liked so many things about it that overall I liked it, but that story just got stupid at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know if you beat it. Did you beat it?
No.
Okay, you
I
just
stopped
weren't
playing.
feeling the
Yeah.
adventure game thing.
Yeah, I wasn't
It's
really
it's a
feeling it.
giant adventure game. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was totally digging it though. I just loved how it looked. But yeah, fair enough. And also the entire cast of Mad Men is in there somewhere. You just gotta look hard enough. So that was working for me too.
Mm-hmm.
You just interview some random guy. It's just like, oh no, wait, that's Vincent Kartheiser. Weird. All right. Like Rich Somner or whatever is in there. Aaron Staton, of course, and yeah, the list goes on. Not all of them, to be clear. I'm not like, don't be like, hey, John Hamm wasn't it? I know. I'm not an idiot. Leave me alone. That guy.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, jeez. Okay. What were we talking about though? PS3, clearing off stuff, PlayStation Plus. Yeah, I'm downloading Renegade Ops. I already have that one actually. Because we were just playing it, and it's pretty cool.
Yep.
So, yeah,
So then we
I'll
can play
probably.
some more.
Oh yeah, I guess online co-op on the PlayStation. You can have it too. Did you download it?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, we were playing the PC version, but whatever, same basic idea. Um, Little Big Planet 2.
Yep.
That's
Got
one
that one too.
it's paused right now. That was the last one on the
I'm
list.
guessing you're gonna download Space Marine.
Already did.
Pretty good, right?
Well, I haven't played it yet, but I'm
Okay.
looking forward to it.
But now you
And
have it.
and
So
I
like if
got
you look at it that way, you paid like $50 or whatever, right?
yeah.
You
So
just got 3 games.
I know.
Boom.
I mean, technically, I don't own them. I'm kind of leasing them,
You own the
and
license to
I
use
can't
them.
ever say I own Warhammer, but it's like I'm renting it for a year, so I'll probably be okay.
Or forever if you keep it going.
If I'm at the end of the year like, yeah, that was a good investment. That was a good investment. Here's another $50. I'll do that. I will say I was kind of annoyed with PSN though, because it was like I was experiencing this weird glitch with my credit card.
Okay.
Like it was like initially it's just like could not add funds, and I'm like I know it's pretty full, but it's not that full. Come on.
Yeah.
And then I googled like, is this a problem? And yes, that's a thing people run into. And then it switched to like error 832100023 or some garbage.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just some weird
Did you have
shop.
to change your address to fix it?
No, I deleted all. I did all that stuff, and it just was still not having it. So I eventually just went to the 7-Eleven and bought me one of them cards.
I just came back from the 7-Eleven.
It's pretty good, right?
It bought me a big gulp.
Yeah, it's convenient, right?
99 cents for the summer.
Oh yeah, I saw that sign. That's a
Yep.
lot of soda for 99 cents,
So,
dude.
yeah, vanilla Dr. Pepper. It's going down right now. Well,
How is it?
I don't know yet because I'm actually drinking coffee right now.
Oh,
Dr.
oh.
Pepper's after. Because, you know,
Man,
I don't ever want to sleep again.
after I left your place, I bought a coffee like an idiot, and it was already 2 in the morning.
Yep.
So I was up until 8
Yep.
that day. And it was just the dumbest thing. I don't know why I did that. Like, it was just like, well, I don't want a soda because that's bad for you. Americano, please. And it was like, no, you
Oh, but
idiot.
the Americano's so good.
It was good, but it was just the worst decision. I don't know what I was doing. I also bought an ice cream. Like, I just went down at McDonald's. Like, just got all this stuff.
Yep.
Like, I had another one of those McBistros. It's
Yeah,
not bad.
they're real good, right?
It was pretty good.
Like, it's hard to go back to a normal burger there because it feels like they actually put some thought into making the McBistro.
The one thing, when I did get home from the drive, though, fries were totally cold. So
Oh, that's the worst.
that was not great.
Yeah.
But overall, you know, hey, McDonald's, check them out. They'll have your back at like 2 in the morning.
I'm also a big fan of waking up the next day and seeing that you sent me an invitation or like an invite or you shared a Google Doc with a whole bunch of different ideas in it.
Yeah.
That made me smile.
Walking home from work, I was just like, dude, like, I'm just going to write these down, because why wouldn't you? And then I just went with that. So enjoy that.
We should explore some of those a little further.
Yeah. Who knows if anything, like, just for the podcast, like, this is, I don't know. Like, we can't really talk about them, so.
We're not going to talk about any of them.
Yeah, okay. Paul and I have plans. So
But
cool.
this is the Media Monks.
Yeah, it is. Welcome.
Welcome. We're halfway through August, I guess.
Yeah, right around there. Expendables 2 is almost out.
Oh man, PAX. It's
PAX
coming
is
up.
almost here. It's in like 3 weeks.
I'm excited and nervous.
Actually, 3 weeks from now, it'll be almost over. So,
Yep.
how about that?
Yep.
I'm just excited. Like, I don't think the trip will go poorly or anything. I don't know.
Well, I still have to find another person to take.
Oh, okay.
And they have to book time off, and like it's getting real short notice now. So I gotta ask people like probably tonight.
Whereas for me, it's like, I'm not really stressed about it. Like, worst case scenario, I'm paying on credit, but I shouldn't have to. Like, checks coming in a couple days, so we're good. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine. And yeah, just I'm gonna look at that road trip like a week or two ago as a bit of rehearsal, and I can handle 6 hours no problem. So I'll drive that shift and then switch. Whatever. Anyway, okay. Video games though, I guess we'll go back to that night. We were playing a whole bunch of horror games.
Yes, a bunch of indie games, we should say.
Because
then you can mix Renegade Ops in with that too, probably.
Right, which was not horrifying, just kind of fun.
Yes. Really
although,
good actually.
Yeah, a lot of explosions. I enjoyed, like, as I was leveling up more, I was like, okay, this is better. Like, and
Yes.
I've heard that's the game's kind of weird Achilles heel though, because like once you're all the way leveled up, it's insanely awesome, but you're done.
Right.
So you're like, I have the most powerful, badass vehicle in the world, but there's no one to fight anymore.
Oh.
So it's just like,
yeah.
oh, well, okay. And like, there's no other mode or something, or maybe there's no other mode. It's kind of like the Iron Brigade problem, where like you get maxed out and then you're done. But I think in that they at least added something later. I think there's like a wave-based survival mode now, but I haven't played it since it first came out. So back when it was trenched, those were the days.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Anyway,
memories.
Yeah, there's a video of me updating that video game.
And you can check that out on YouTube.
Yeah, Krasner G YouTube. It's not.
Why the G?
Cause if I don't get Krasnor, I put G because once, when I was playing KOTOR, my name was Krasnor Gardalos, and he was a Spanish dude,
Gotcha.
apparently. And yeah, so that's my go-to alternate handle if I need it.
It's the
But yeah,
weirdest handle. It has like nowhere near your name.
no,
Although I
it's
guess I can't really talk about that.
yeah. I keep having weird issues adding you to Google Docs too. It just forgets you're one of my contacts or something.
Yeah, it forgets you too. So like I actually have to find out what your email is again every
Yeah,
time.
then it's like bringing up people on my Hotmail list that I haven't talked to in like a decade.
Yeah, it's
Just like, oh, we still
fantastic.
got this old address from that high school person. It's like, that's probably not accurate anymore. And I don't ever share Google Docs with that guy. Why don't you know this guy that I've shared all these docs with in
We
the last couple months?
we probably should like maybe just send each other an email so it recognizes or something.
I may have fixed it this last time, but
Okay.
I don't know. But anyway, okay. So yeah, we played Renegade Ops. Then I guess the catalyst for the horror stuff was Slender,
Yes.
which how did we get talking about it? Because I literally had just heard about it via an email to Top Down Perspective.
Mhm.
Like, were you just reading Reddit stuff about it, or had you played it already?
No,
Or
I had been wanting to play it. Like
okay,
um a
it's been
lot
out
of
for a couple weeks, I guess.
yes, a lot of people on my Twitter have been talking about it and I've been following like I the only Reddit I really spend a lot of time on is No Sleep.
Yeah.
And like in that regard, I go to a lot of weird like paranormal stuff on the internet, and, like read stories that are pretty much all bullshit, but I like the like imagination behind some of them.
Okay.
So of course, like the Slender Man is a thing that the internet has been obsessed with for the last little bit.
I guess, yeah. Like I've started seeing art and stuff popping up. Like I literally hadn't heard about this until this last couple days. So,
So yeah, I've been wanting to play the game, and then I don't remember how we got onto the topic, but when we did, I was just like, "That's it, we're gonna download it."
all right. We also briefly played Binary Domain, and then we did
I
this.
actually played a little bit more of that today.
Okay.
That game
How
gets
you?
ridiculous.
It was kind of yeah. I was kind of feeling it. Like I did not enough to get it personally,
Fair
despite
enough.
it being on sale this past week. But
Hmm.
I don't know. There were things I liked about it.
You know the amount we played? Like, you
Yeah.
didn't even pick up from the beginning. I had played about 10 minutes before that.
Yeah.
Okay, the part we left off at, you go through another, like, little bit. You meet up with the rest of your team, so you can actually pick who is in your team between, like, 5 people.
So not just Big Bo.
No. And you meet, like, a Chinese agent and 2 British agents, I believe.
Mhm.
And like you can pick who you take. They are all different people. Like one of them's a spec ops guy, one of them's a sniper, one of them's an explosives expert and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm taking the sniper because she's a sexy lady, and Big Bo because he's Big Bo.
He is Big Bo,
Yeah.
and he
So
runs really weird. And
and it's just weird because like when they all meet, they 2 characters like your main character Dan and Big Bo are commenting on the sniper and like her
Mhm.
appearance,
Oh, okay. I think I heard about this.
which is pretty weird because Big Bo's like, dude, I think I saw her in a movie once. And Dan's just like, but all you watch is porno, and they just look at each other knowingly. And he's like, oh.
Okay.
So, like, that's the type of place it went. Anyways, what I was saying is we didn't even hit the main, like, splash screen for the game, hey? The title card.
Oh man, that was all pre-title card, like
Yeah,
built up.
because, like, anyways,
Weird.
after they meet, it's just, like, goes a little bit into detail what's going on. Basically, the world has flooded,
Mhm.
and because of the flood, companies had to start relying on robotic labor to like build the cities on top of the water. Like they were
Okay.
using the old cities and stuff as like the base, and they were building cities up from there.
Mhm.
So they were using robots for that, and then like the U.S. became a powerhouse with that because they stole a bunch of ideas from that Amada Corp in Japan,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
that made them a global superpower. Like
Mhm.
not just like a superpower like we know them, but like they own everything. So that's basically the backdrop for it and like what's going on. And then just out of nowhere, it's like binary domain.
Late title card, Departed style,
Yeah,
which
like
is
about an hour in is the title card.
nice. All
It's
right.
pretty funny.
I like a late title card,
And
but
then it's funny
that seems
because
pretty
like
weird.
I was just like, well, I want a sniper on my team, so I picked her for one of my other guys and Big Bo.
Mhm.
And right when I did, like, and you all break off and you start playing again, Big Bo starts talking to you about her. Like, you both kind of hang back as she walks forward, and then you push the Y button to view what Big
Yeah.
Bo's talking about, and you look right at her ass as she's walking.
Classy.
Right?
Okay.
So that's the type of game it is, I guess. I fought a robot spider.
Nice.
Robot spiders are pretty good.
There you go. Sega in stores now. It's Gears of War with robots.
And sexual humor. It's actually pretty funny. I gotta say, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I'm actually more into it now than I
Okay.
was before, so I'm actually pretty happy.
Okay, cool. I was not hating, like, I was having some weird issues with the aiming, but
The aiming
overall,
is the worst thing.
it's like, just, I wish you could tweak the stick sensitivity just a bit. Can you not?
Like, I don't know, because they probably have the sensitivity since it's a PC game. They don't probably
Yeah,
don't put that in there. But I
right.
haven't honestly really tried, so maybe.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that was that, and then we did end up playing a good amount of Slender. Like, we came back to it a couple times.
Yeah,
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I should just get it because it is really interesting.
and free.
It is free. So yeah, just if you're interested in what this is, just go check it out.
Should
Yeah,
we describe what the game's like, or should we just tell
yeah,
people
it's
to
so
get it?
simple. It's super simple, so it's easy to describe. Like, it's just
Yeah,
like you're essentially just being stalked by this bizarre, like, dude who has no face
the Slender
and he
Man.
has really long arms. So yeah, if you know already what Slender Man is, there you go.
And if you don't Google it,
Yeah, sure.
it'll explain everything you need to know about. Like, just look at a picture of him, you'll get the idea.
Right. So you're kind of just in this couple acre little forested area, and there are 8 pages. And you just got to get those pages, and there you go. You win.
Oh, and you gotta not die.
Oh, right, yeah. So, dude is stalking you, and that is the part. And okay, an insanity effect style. If you look at him too long, you just fail. You die.
Yeah.
So he will kind of constantly be popping up in front of you, and you got to kind of avoid looking at him. But at some point, he also starts kind of just creeping up on you, real good.
Yep.
I'm trying to, like, yeah. Each page you get also kind of raises the stakes. Like, it makes him more difficult to avoid, and as we learned over the course of the evening, your flashlight is also crap and will die,
Yes.
and you can't run forever without having to stop and take a breather. And if you do that near those tanks, for example, you're fucked.
Yep.
So there's that. And yeah, just so beautifully simplistic in how little there really is to it, but how intense it can get. Like, I was really freaking out playing it. It's pretty awesome.
That
So
was probably
yeah,
my
like,
favorite moment of hanging out with you in a while.
okay.
It was just really fun.
Like, oh, specifically there was a bit where I was kind of like circling this tree,
Yep.
and it was just perfect. Like, he popped into view, and I was just like, oh, and it was bad because of course he's there, but I don't know. I was just not ready for it. It was
Yep.
not. It was
But
bad.
then I think that was like the catalyst for you to just kind of die to the idea. Because after that, I think you took it a lot easier as you were going.
Yeah. Now, like, at this point, it's kind of like just an intense challenge to avoid the Slender Man.
Right.
It's not as
It
like
turns from like something horrifying to just something like, oh, this is just something I have to avoid.
something. It's still stress-inducing though,
Yes,
in a way that
absolutely.
isn't unfair, really. Although
Okay.
I really don't like the fact that him just kind of coming up behind you forces you to turn. Something about that still seems kind of weird to me. Like, I wish you could kind of just, like, the game has to kind of goad you into turning around, or he'll glitch in front of you or something. Like, that still seems like somehow contrary to how I'd play that game. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it does make it more intense. But then you have to start running, and there's stamina and all that junk. But yeah, we did not win. We got 6 pages. I'm still kind of confused. Like, we heard some whispers that there's an exit once you get all 8, but it seems like no,
I,
you just kind of end, and then it
that
starts in
also might have been like an earlier build of it because we were playing like build version 1.9 or something.
or 9.4 or something like that.
What was it again? Do you remember? I mean,
There was a 4 in it. I know
there
that
was
much.
a 4 for sure.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, well, keep talking. I'll look it up.
Okay. So in the build we were playing, yeah. We don't know how it ends, but we've heard that once it ends, you get captured and then wake up and in the daytime
0.9.3.
was what we were playing.
Yes.
Okay. So in 9.4 maybe there's a second like new game plus type thing where you're doing it again, but it's daytime.
Yes.
But yeah. And yeah, I guess I hope over explaining what it is doesn't rob it of any of its thing. Like it's not like story based or anything. It's just an intense little gameplay scenario.
And it can
And
change from person to person, so I don't think we could spoil anything.
yeah, and like
Basically, dude's
shadows.
chasing you, and that's bad.
Yeah, there's a bad thing chasing you, and that's intense. And you have no weapons, so it kind of has that same amnesia type. Like
Where you're helpless,
you
basically.
have no powers. You
Yeah.
have the power of sight, and you can walk around and click on
The
people.
only power you have is to avoid it,
Yeah, and even
and
then,
that's really difficult.
yeah, it is. But yeah, no, real kind of slick little bit of business there. So that was fun. We also tried to play SCP-087.
Mm-hmm.
It's SCP, right? Is that
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. No, you're right.
But there's several different versions of it, and the one we ended up playing was kind of an older one that was a little less slick in
Mm-hmm.
its
It was
presentation.
like Wolfenstein,
Because we found the good one, but then we were having this weird issue where our cursor wouldn't disappear,
and it
which
just kind of ruined
it
everything.
was really ruining the immersion of it anyway. So I felt like better to just be immersed in an older version. But even then, it kind of
And
yeah,
the
I'm not.
fact that you can run in the older version, I think, ruined a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, because you're just kind of booking it down these stairs. The whole idea is you're supposed to be trapped in an infinite staircase, and then something bad happens eventually, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. But I'm still not clear what that is in the original. Like, I am curious though. I'll probably check it out at some point, like the proper new one. But yeah,
I
it,
really feel like we should have streamed Slender. We had some good conversations and stuff going on there, and
yeah.
some good
Oh,
reactions,
I guess yeah. There was a bunch of movies. It was kind of bringing to mind, like
like Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
That's what you said.
I did say that, but I'm trying to think why. Oh yeah. Don't look at it, Marion. The stuff at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like
That
you,
was the only thing.
yes. And for me, like Mulholland Drive is still a very
Absolutely.
good
Yep.
one because there's a dream sequence in that film. Well,
Which
no,
is the most terrifying thing in that film.
for just like a little 2 minute snippet. Yeah, that's the best part. Maybe. Like it's the scene.
Probably.
It's like I want to go to that place and eat breakfast there just to freak myself out. The Winkies. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so out behind the Winkies, you know what's back there behind that dumpster. Oh,
Yep.
so it's like that where like you come up to a corner and you don't want to look around the corner because it could be really bad, but you don't know. But it also could be right behind you, so you
Yep.
don't know. So it's really stressful. It's awesome. SCP I guess is also kind of a stressful thing because you don't know when it's gonna go down.
What
So you,
SCP does is the slow burn, and basically it keeps going, and like it lulls you into a sense of
security or
like
something.
security, but like I don't know how to put it really. I guess it just builds you up to the point where like you can't really stand it anymore, and then
Mm-hmm.
still nothing happens, and then once you maybe start getting a little complacent, then something happens. Like in a way, I think it could be more psychologically like detrimental.
There's a nightmare element to all of this stuff. Like it's kind of evoking those weird moments in dreams where you're
They're the
kind of
type of thing that
stuck.
if you dreamt them, you would wake up screaming in a cold sweat.
Right. And Slender has apparently kind of a lot of history to it, so this might be more scary to kids who've grown up with those stories and everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that. We also played Paranormal, which it seemed more just like a weird horror sandbox or something.
Yeah.
Which
To be fair, we have to say though, it is in beta
okay.
because we played a beta. That's not a finished product either.
Right. So we were just kind of poking around at stuff in this haunted house and like it was more just like an amusement park or something with
Yeah,
nice.
basically the idea
Oh,
behind paranormal is you're an artist and your house is haunted, and so
mm-hmm.
people don't think you're crazy. You go walking around trying to document it with a video camera.
Right.
That's
And
basically the whole premise,
and there seemed to be kind of a Bloody Mary bit in there.
which is
And
actually kind of terrifying because even though like kids now might be growing up with the Slender Man thing,
yeah,
we grew up with Bloody Mary,
right.
and
So
that stuff
actually
was
freaky.
freaky.
Some of that business in there.
Yeah,
Uh,
it
Um,
hits right in the childhood.
yeah. Although, yeah, that game didn't really. I don't know. It had things in it that
It
were
had a
kind of
lot
cool.
of cheap jump scares and more than anything, I would say disturbing things.
Sure, like just like that's really weird. That shouldn't be full of blood.
Like a
Ugh.
bunch of drawing mannequins like chilling out around a painting that's on fire, holding
Mhm.
hands or whatever. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Or like blood
Um.
coming out of all the faucets.
Yeah.
That sort of
Things
thing.
that things that ought not be in a normal house.
Right.
Um. So yeah. Paranormal. How about Paranorman?
Okay.
That's a movie that's coming out.
Yes.
And the only real reason I bring it up is because it's the first time I've ever walked into a movie theater and there was like dudes actively promoting it, which
Oh. Okay.
weirded me out. Like there was like guys in costume, like one was dressed as Norman, and then there was like two dudes in like monster outfits, and like a guy just wearing a t-shirt, and they were like handing out pens and like a beach ball or something.
Really?
And I was just like, wow, like all that says to me is like they're like, oh man, no one knows our movie's coming out.
Yeah, they probably don't have very much confidence in it.
Or like I've heard it's kind of cool movie. Like it's got a unique look to it and everything. Well, not unique, but it's like, it fits right in with like all that Coraline, Corpse Bride, that kind of business. Um and I'm not opposed to the idea that it could be an okay movie, but yeah, it's just kind of weirded out to see marketing like that this close to it coming out. Just kind of it was odd. But anyway, just want to bring that up. Strange thing. Maybe Paranorman's great. I'm just gonna say that they apparently are really desperate and they want you to pay attention to their movie. So maybe just keep an eye on it if that sounds like your thing. Anna Kendrick's in it, so
There you go.
there you go. I was there to see The Campaign,
Mm-hmm. Just today,
which
actually.
yeah, I just saw it. You don't like Will Ferrell, right?
No.
Well, you just never ever done anything for it. It's just like,
Yep.
that guy sucks.
And
Okay.
actually, the more I
Um.
bring that up with people, I'm starting to get people agreeing with me.
Okay.
So
Um.
I don't feel like the odd one out anymore. So yeah, fuck that guy. I do like
Okay.
Zach Galifianakis though.
All right, so I don't know how you'll feel about this movie because Will Ferrell's in it quite a bit.
Does he do the Will Ferrell thing though? Like at some point take his shirt off, run around like an idiot and scream?
Okay, he didn't take his shirt off, but there was like, I'm loud and angry. I'm
Yeah.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm a giant angry blowhard.
So I don't have to see it then. Like if it's on Netflix maybe?
Yeah, like it's very much within Will Ferrell's comfort zone, I guess. But
Great.
there were things I liked about it though. It's like just kind of like, hey, politics sucks, right? And there's some of those. Dan Aykroyd and John Lithgow are in it as kind of like the masterminds behind the whole campaign,
Okay.
and it was kind of reminding me of those two brothers in Trading Places,
Okay.
which I thought was great because Dan Aykroyd is now in their role instead of the young hotshot who's being messed with. He is the old guy messing with people.
Okay.
So I was kind of into that.
Yeah.
Um, and I like those dudes. They're just cool guys.
So
They
overall,
didn't
it was okay.
they didn't really get tons to do though as villains. So there was
Gotcha.
that. Brian was also there as kind of Marty Huggins, which is Zach's character's father, and he has some mean things to say, and they're kind of funny. Yeah, overall, just nice little bit. If you like those guys, it's worth checking out just for them kind of throwing barbs at each other and kind of being
I
jerks,
kind
and
of
then
do want
also
to see a baby get punched.
a baby does get punched. In true like Matrix Revolution style, it looks terrible.
Okay.
Like it's very CG slow mo kind of
Oh,
thing, and it's
okay.
like that's not a baby. But yeah, he also punches the dog from The Artist, which was a
Okay.
really weird specific thing. Like it's just like this is not only a dog that he punched, it's that dog. You're just like, okay. Like what a dumb thing. But that happens and the media also doesn't like that. And yeah, Jason Sudeikis is in it. He gets to do some stuff. Dylan McDermott is like a creepy campaign manager guy. He kind of stood out as being a fun little character they have some fun with. But yeah, just 85 minutes. Um, Zach Galifianakis and Will Ferrell make fun of American politics,
Okay.
so I was kind of into it.
Especially after our
Um,
episode last week.
where we were talking about American politics
A
or what?
little bit,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, we were a little bit, and was that in light of the the newsroom episode I wasn't really
Yep,
feeling.
and Chick-fil-A, both of them.
Yeah, all that business.
And the
Yeah, so
Olympics,
this.
kind of?
Oh, some of the attitudes around the Olympics, maybe.
Maybe.
I
I don't remember. I say
yeah,
things and
those.
then I forget.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. But yeah, overall decent movie. I had a pretty good time.
Breaking
Yeah.
news.
Okay, what? What?
I finished my coffee. Took a
All
sip
right.
of my vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Mhm.
Pretty delicious.
Okay.
That's
What?
it.
Like, is it vanilla Coke? Kind of reminding you of
Only
that?
Dr.
Or...
Pepper.
Okay. Sorry, I kind of have been talking for a bit. Is there any stuff like you've been up to?
Nah, dog.
Like
Nah.
movies or
I'm just gonna say one thing quickly. We recorded
Naruto?
the last podcast the day it came out,
Mhm.
so there has been literally about 5 days
Right.
between.
A lot can happen in 5 days, dude. We played horror
Well, I was gonna
games.
say like everything we talked about from that night was basically what I did. Like I watched
Um.
Dodgeball again today. I've already
Oh
talked.
yeah, dude.
I've already talked about that
Oh,
though.
Alan Tudyk, man, he's like a pirate.
He's
So
Steve
fun.
the Pirate.
Steve the Pirate.
But I already
Ah.
talked about that on this podcast like many episodes ago, so I'm not going to talk about that again.
Yo, there was a you don't know Jack question about Steve the Pirate.
Oh,
That happened. Yeah. It was like one of the like the final ones where all the stuff's swirling around and you have to match the words.
the Jack
And
Attack?
the Jack Attack, yeah, it was a Jack Attack one. It
Okay.
was like it was all pirate themed stuff.
Oh, okay.
I like that game. That for Facebook game, that one's up there. That was a good one. I
Fair
like it.
enough.
I play it every day. I think it's great.
Anyways,
So,
that's why I texted you about Rip Torn.
okay, what happened?
No, I was asking. I couldn't remember what he was arrested for.
Oh yeah, he is in dodgeball. I forgot. He's throwing wrenches at people and stuff. If you can
Yep.
dodge a wrench, dodgeball.
Yep. That's him. He's in a wheelchair and he
Wait,
dies
he dies?
at like the end, kind of
Oh,
before the big
I've
match.
been forever, dude. But
Okay.
I believe. Okay, Rip Torn. Yeah, as far as I can remember, he wandered into a bank, kind of drunk or something,
Mhm.
and made some like vague attempt to rob it or something. It involved a bank and Rip Torn being disorderly. So I think
Right.
that's what happened. Yeah. And that's why he's not in Men in Black 3. And Zed is now dead.
That was years
So
ago though, right?
yeah,
Like
but he's still there.
2010 apparently.
Yeah, I think it impacted his role on 30 Rock as well.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure he had a recurring character on that, and not anymore. So yeah, Rip Torn.
That guy.
Airplane 2, the sequel.
What's
He's in
that?
it. He's in Airplane 2, the sequel. That's all I got. I don't know what else Rip
Freddy
Torn.
got fingered.
Freddy Got Fingered is a movie
You
with.
remember that one?
I've not seen it. I just heard he like whips a cat around by its umbilical cord, or is that different? A baby? Something
I
ridiculous.
can't remember, but do you remember when Tom Green was a thing?
Vaguely.
Yeah. He's
Uh,
Canadian.
he is Canadian, and he was in Charlie's Angels.
And he
So
was a rapper.
really,
Yeah.
like actually, or like
Yeah.
okay,
YouTube, check the OR. It's
what?
him. Check
Okay,
the OR. You like it so far?
is this like a parody
I
kind
don't
of?
know. I can't remember. I don't know a
Isn't
whole lot
Brendan
about Tom Green.
Mello? Anyway, whatever. Okay, other yeah, comedy rapping. Check it out. It can be good.
I
Um,
can't. Oh, right. OR because his group was called Organized Rhyme.
it's not bad.
His
I'll give
alias
that.
was MC Bones.
I prefer organized rhyme as a thing. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So check the OR. You'll like
check
it
the
so far.
great. Dude, I don't know anything about Tom Green like really that much.
He
But
lost
yeah,
a
is he still
testicle
around?
to cancer.
Like legitimately?
Legitimately.
So like Lance Armstrong?
Um, yeah, he is Canada's Lance Armstrong.
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay,
All right. I played some Team Fortress 2.
that sucks. I'm sorry.
Do you not like it?
Not really. I think it's stupid.
Okay, I wasn't really feeling it, and I was like, man, this is like the big sensation though. Like this is the thing.
I found out
So
what the whole traitor thing is, though.
Okay. Oh yeah, like you can
You can
trade
trade
items.
hats.
Well, there's just generally items
Yeah,
too.
but why would you trade anything but hats? Hats are amazing.
Right.
I wear
Hats
one.
can be pretty
I'm
amazing. I
wearing
have
one right now.
Ellis hat. Okay, I don't have a hat on
I'm
right now.
actually lying to you. I'm not wearing a hat right now, but I usually wear a hat.
All right. Well, I got this construction helmet, which is a type of hat, and I'm gonna put it on. So I'm actually wearing a hat, and I'm not lying.
You know what? Hold on.
We're gonna one up each other wearing hats on a
Okay. I
recording.
put my hat on because it was right beside me, and now I am not lying to you. In fact, I will take a picture of me with my cell phone right now,
All right. Well, I'm
and
gonna
that
do the same thing.
I'll put that in the show notes so people know that I'm not lying because I'm just that cool of a guy.
I'll probably just tweet this photo, so you guys have to follow me on the Twitter to know whether or not I was lying.
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, promotion.
All right, I gotta get the cam whore angle here.
Great. Do a duck face while you're at it. Just to
It'll look so
don't.
weird though because I haven't shaved for a while.
Hmm.
Like I haven't shaved for a couple of days, so I'm kind of scruffy.
This is great audio material.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Um. Okay.
Hold on, I got duck face.
You good? Is that
Oh man, that's so stupid looking.
perfect? Then it
Oh, the
belongs
camera
on the internet.
crashed. My camera app crashed on me.
Wow.
Right? Okay. So I'm gonna take a picture later on, and then I will tweet it. I promise
Okay.
that.
I'm taking off my helmet. All right. Team Fortress 2. Big online thing. Colorful art style.
And
Team
hats.
hats. Team-based shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Yeah. I don't know. Like
Capture
I
the
was a
flag.
no capture points. I guess.
Well, it's the same idea.
No,
You
because
can.
capture the flag is like mad dash over to a
Well, you
place and
can
then run
capture the
back.
intel, right?
That's probably a different mode. I literally just played capture these points and open up different areas or something. It
Okay.
went on forever too. Like I
Yeah.
quit halfway through because I was like, "Oh, there's a defense round? Are you kidding me?
Oh
I'm
yeah, and
playing
they were
20
probably
minutes."
going like way later after you quit too.
Yeah, I was just not feeling it enough to keep doing that. I was like, "This is already boring. So what are you guys doing?" Like I was playing soldier to be clear because I was told other classes are too involved for us noobs, so don't do that.
I used to play sniper.
Okay, I'm told that's one of the ones you shouldn't play if you're not good at it. But
Why?
those people are probably elitists or something. I
I
don't
used
know.
to get headshots, yo.
All right.
Well, not in
Um.
Team Fortress 2. I should say I played Team Fortress Classic all the time.
Okay. I was a Counter Strike guy, so I'm really
Okay.
looking forward to CS:GO. I think that's going to be my Steam multiplayer thing if it's any good,
Okay.
because this just was not really speaking to me at all. Like it ran okay and everything, and like I kind of get like, hey, you play with your buddies, man, and you get loot. There's kind of loot in it, so that's a hook for you to keep playing. But yeah, I don't know. It just nothing about it really was like, oh, I got to invest tons of time in this. This is clearly an amazing thing that I should do because I'm having so much fun.
Hmm.
Like, no, like yeah, I probably had a better time with Killing Floor, so we should probably play more of that now that I have my keyboard and stuff. Unless you're done, like you did play a lot of it.
I did.
Yeah,
I
if you're
mean, we
already
could.
past, it's okay.
Like, if I have someone to play with, I'll play anything.
Okay. Yeah, this was not me playing with friends either. This was just me messing around with like by myself in the
Hmm.
early stuff. So
Well,
yeah.
that's fine too.
But I don't know. Yeah, I've spent like 45 minutes with it, so it's not like enough time to really pass a judgment on it. All I know is it did not blow my mind. So yeah. Something that did though, Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt.
Okay. I do have a whole bunch of that on my computer.
You
I
haven't watched
have
it?
not seen any of it.
Okay. I don't know how many you mean a whole bunch. There's only 13.
Yeah,
So
that's a whole bunch.
okay, so you have all of it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm almost done. I have 2 episodes left. I it was kind of one of the standout things I got at this year's Otafest was an AMV for that happened, and I was like, "What is that? That looks crazy. I need to see that." And eventually figured out what it was called. And yeah, it's by Gynax, so it's the Fooly Cooley and Dead Leaves and Evangelion people.
Hmm.
So there's a certain pedigree there. The art style is super kids looking, so it's like, "Hey, Powerpuff Girls." But the Powerpuff Girls don't use terms like "cum dumpster" or
They probably should, because
um
that is pretty much all the Powerpuff Girls are good for.
that's terrible. That's not true. That show's good. Come on. You're talking to the wrong person for that level of snark. I like that show. But whatever, fine.
What level of snark?
Like,
Any
it's
snark is the same level.
okay, fine.
It's snark level.
But snark directed at something I'm not in agreement of making fun of because it's
Oh
okay.
my, because you've never done that with me.
Never, never ever.
Never
You don't
let.
like Arc System Works, do you?
What?
You're not a big Arc System guy, so I can make flippant comments about their storytelling abilities. That doesn't matter.
About what though? Sorry, my headphones went quiet.
Arc System, the Persona 4 arena people.
I didn't even know you made snarky comments about that.
I did last time we hung out. I thought that was the one that was on your mind, but I don't know.
No, I think we were talking about horror movies because you're just wrong when it comes to horror movies.
Oh, I don't like The Exorcist very much. Yeah, there was that.
Oh, there was that, yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, we pretty much disagree on horror movies completely.
Okay. Horror games, though, same thing.
I think we're on the same page.
So there's that. Rosemary's Baby is really great.
I agree.
Okay, then we have one page in common.
Woo!
Yay.
We need 7 more.
Yep. Okay. Panty Stocking.
Yes.
Garterbelt. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Imagine Powerpuff type look to it, but then they're saying like they're just talking about sex all the time. One of them is Panty is very sex obsessed. Stocking loves candy.
Yep. So basically, you
They're
are stalking
angels.
and I am panty.
I'm Stocking. I don't know how obsessed with candy I am, but okay.
I don't know. Are you
I like
obsessed
food.
with sex?
She's more gothy. So sure, I'll take it. I'm Stocking. I'll
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
Um,
Wait, you're
sex
gothy?
is no, not really, but it's I chose the Juliet goth costume in Lollipop Chainsaw, so
You did. I was a little surprised by that.
pretty much the same thing. Anyway, okay. So yeah, they're angels. Their underwear turns into weapons, and
Mm-hmm.
they fight ghosts.
Okay.
And that's the show.
So they're Bayonetta.
But way better.
Okay.
Because I didn't love Bayonetta, and this is tickling my funny bone all the time. I
See,
thought
I
it was
loved
hilarious.
Bayonetta, but
Okay, it is kind of reminding me of that too. Like it's overtly sexual, but in a way that isn't like
like
somehow.
creepy or something.
Yeah, like it didn't creep me out. It's just kind of having fun with it. It's like
Okay.
playful. It's very playful with
It's
its
like owning
sexual
it.
creepiness. It's like what?
Owning it?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
Um, I guess like over the course of it, there's a couple episodes that weren't like as interesting to me, but there's some real standout stuff that specifically one that basically has a D-Day type thing,
Okay.
but all the soldiers are sperm and they're trying to climb up this hill, which is clearly a vagina,
Yeah.
and it's just like wow, they just
Classy.
went for this whole gag, and then at some point a bunch of like giant Kleenex boxes fly over and it's like no, this is ruining our purpose, and masturbation jokes. It's really great.
Wow.
it
Okay.
it was That's probably my favorite episode of the ones I've seen so far in terms of just like gobsmacked, like I can't believe this exists, this is so crazy. So yeah, I think that's the fourth episode, but yeah, really like it. There's only one season of it though, so I'm almost done watching it, so that'll be the end of that. Then I tried watching a few more Adventure Time episodes,
Okay.
um, which there's things I find amusing about it. There was like one gag particularly that they ended an episode on, and I was like, huh, yeah, all right. Um, but yeah, something about the sensibility of that show, like it's not a kids show, like
Right.
contrary to what I was kind of like told. It's like, oh, if you like ponies, you'll like this because it's doing that too. It's like, no, it's not. That is legitimately a kids show that I just happen to find endearing.
Okay.
This is like, yo, like this is for adults, dude.
A kid show for adults.
Like you got George Takei doing a voice as this heart who's like massaging this girl and all this stuff, and it's like, hey, special friend, and all this weird stuff, and you're just like, okay, this is not a kid show. Like this is. It plays apparently at 8:30 on Cartoon Network or whatever, just before their like normal programming starts, so that makes sense. It's yeah. So I don't know, and as such, its sense of humor doesn't quite tickle me all the time. Like there's little moments in it where I'll kind of chuckle, but yeah, I don't know. I still find parts of it just kind of annoying. and the whole self-consciously random thing I think is still in effect, and it contrasts really sharply with Panty and Stocking, which I feel is genuinely inspired in its zaniness,
Hmm.
whereas this is kind of like, what would be the zaniest thing we could say here? And there's like a room of people pitching zany things, and then they choose the zaniest thing or something. Like I just get this vibe off it I don't really find funny.
Okay,
So apologies, I guess, but yeah, I'm still not super feeling it.
that's
But
fair.
yeah, um, yeah, Adventure Time. I don't know. I think that's my media habits this week. Do we have any news or stuff?
I have a few things I'll run down quickly, I guess. In the
Okay.
game front, I re-downloaded Beat Hazard.
Right,
That
because I wanted to see it, and then we just didn't do that.
right. So that game still, like, I'm not susceptible to seizures. Pretty sure that game still gave me one, so
Okay.
that's good.
What
It's
what what?
like
what
it's just crazy. I don't know. Everything about it like pulsates and there's lights everywhere and it's just insane.
Mhm.
I was playing it with Through the Fire and Flames because that's my favorite song to play rhythm-based games with, where you choose your own music.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Kingdom
that's a thing.
Hearts 3.
Sonic Generations is still amazing.
Right, it was you that was saying that was really great. Okay.
Yeah,
There was a question about Sonic Generations on Top Down Perspective, and I was like, I don't know, but I heard it was great. So yeah.
there you go. Score one for me. I
Yeah,
guess.
your opinion's getting out there, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP. Re-downloaded it to show Des a little bit of it, my roommate.
Mhm.
Um, she likes it a lot. Obviously, it's really good. I have to do more in it because I lost my save file when I formatted my computer.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not really feeling going back into all of that again right away. But yeah, pretty good still. Talked a bit about Binary Domain. Binding of Isaac, I almost beat it.
Like,
And
have you ever beaten Mom?
I haven't ever gone to the end, no.
Okay, I did once,
Okay.
but yeah.
So I was in really, really good like standing. I had full hearts. I had the tears that can slow your opponents down and the vampire thing that like when you kill an opponent you get health back. Like I was going good and then a bunch of guys just fucking went for me and I was dead instantly.
Ah, that sucks.
I mean, you know, as it is. Alien vs Predator. I finished the Marine campaign. So that's okay, I guess. You fight Wayland at the end.
Oh, what?
But like Bishop Wayland, as in Bishop, an android version of him, so you don't actually fight him because you know there's
Okay.
more than one Bishop.
Did they model him after Lance Henriksen or no?
Kind of, yep,
Oh, weird. Okay.
like an older version of Lance Hendrickson or something. Yeah.
All right.
So Marine campaign, pretty good. Like first-person shooter, has a lot of alien stuff in it. What's kind of weird is that they also have like Cyborg, the android, like Marines, and
Mhm.
those are the hardest enemy in that game, and that's including the Predator.
Cyborg what?
Just like android marines, just like marines, but they're androids, and they're hard because they take a lot of shots, and even if you blow their head off, they can still come after you.
Do you still get that nice milky, bloody
Yes.
stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
That's cool. And then like when they die, they explode. So if you're sitting there, like you can take quite a bit of damage from that too.
Alrighty.
So that's kind of annoying. And like the predator, even though it was just a boss fight, because predators, they're kind of scary.
Mhm.
And like you couldn't take more than one at a time. It would be impossible. So yeah, that happened, I guess, and it's a little weird that a marine, like an android, is harder than those. Like at by the time you hit the end of the marine campaign, the xenomorphs themselves aren't even scary because you can just punch them in the face and then shoot them with the shotgun right in the head and they're dead. So like you just wait for them to come up to you, push the right button or whatever, the right bumper if you're pulling with an Xbox controller, and you just punch them in the face, and then they stagger back a little bit because they're surprised that you lashed out at them, and then you shoot them in the head with your shotgun. Done. Kind of weird, right?
I guess I'm just I've the main things I've heard about this game is like the campaigns, the subsequent ones might not be great, but
That's exactly what I'm getting to. So I started
okay.
the xenomorph part. It's really cool story. Like from birth, you're in a lab. Like you're grown in a lab. Like a facehugger hugs or does his thing with like a human, and then they tie up the human and like they're extracting all the offspring, the xenomorph
Mhm.
babies. But like you're a special one. Instead of coming through the chest, like you deked them out. Like you burst through the chest, so it looked like you were in there. And before they could capture you, went through their mouth. So then they're like, "Oh, that's a special one. We're gonna do special stuff with him." And
Oh,
that,
okay.
and so they do more tests on you, and it goes like years later or maybe months later. I don't know how long it takes for them to mature all the way. But you're an adult one, and then you break out of your shackles and stuff. Like it's the problem I'm having with that one is that you can go on the walls and like you're supposed to lurk in the shadows and take guys out stealthily, and then like when you can just like leap at guys and take them out that way. That's
Yeah.
not fun because they can kill you really easy.
So you're stealth murdering dudes though. That you don't get any satisfaction in pulling that off.
I mean, that's okay, but the stealth is kind of weird because like you can go on the walls and stuff, and it's really disorienting to just like go from the ground onto the wall and then onto the roof, and you're just basically like doing spirals and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really disorienting. I might actually just pass that whole campaign and try the Predator one out, so stay tuned for that, I guess. I'll come back with a little more information on that.
Oh wait, you can actually skip that one.
You can choose whichever campaign you want to play, but I've
Oh,
been going
okay.
in order. It goes Marine, Xenomorph, then Predator. And I
Okay.
haven't tried any of the multiplayer yet, so I'm going to try that too before I do anything.
Mhm.
We played Kung Fu Strike.
I forgot what it was called,
Okay.
but yeah.
What did you think of that?
I got tired of it after a bit. It's kind of beat 'em up.
Game's great. That's all I'm saying.
The combat, I like how like quickly you're landing hits and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I will
like
say though, like when we were playing multiplayer, it's just kind of more chaotic than it is like crazy. Like it's
yeah.
crazy in a bad way almost, because you
Yeah,
don't
like
know
the
what's going
camera
on.
wouldn't really like lock onto one of us exclusively. It would try to balance that and
To the
you lose
point where
sight of
like if we
yourself.
were too far from each other, neither of us would be on camera.
Yeah, it was kind of tough to do. And then I don't know.
Did you
Yeah, I
feel
got
what I
kind of
was
tired of
talking
it.
about though? Like where they take precedent over control, the animations take importance. So like there's parts where you're stuck in an animation, you're holding down X, and like you try to dodge or something, but it didn't finish the last animation part.
Oh, I was just kind of holding X all the time,
Oh, okay, so
so
you weren't
I
trying to
wasn't getting
dodge or
killed a
anything.
lot. Not for the most part until I noticed my health was really low, and then I'd roll around until I healed up a bit.
Gotcha.
But we also didn't do very well, so apparently that's a bad strategy. So
Okay, yeah. Anyways, that game is fun single player because you have the full camera control, obviously. It follows you around. You can see better what's going on because everyone's your enemy. Like, you don't
hmm
just, like, get scared and then it's like, oh, that's just my dude over there, my other guy.
hmm
So that's, like, a thing, too. But so yeah, and everyone's your enemy. You can see a little bit better like who's going to attack and when, and you can do some crazy combos and then like dodge and like parry a bunch of people. So it's actually a lot more fun single player. But I don't know. I like that game. For $10, I would say it's still worth it.
Okay.
And
Is that on anything else? Is that
I
like
don't think
actually
so. No.
okay? Just they had all these like we had 360 controllers plugged in, but they also had like the button colors and all that stuff
Yes.
implemented, and
Yeah, like
just seemed like something that might
that's
be on
like
XBL.
when we were talking about it last time, that's how I was saying like it seems like they were making it for eventual release on the 360. It would be an easy port, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. It's good, and of course a bunch of killing floor, but I'm not going to talk more about that.
Okay. Questions?
I do have a bunch of questions. Like
Okay.
I'm pulling from my form spring, so they're random. We'll do it kind of like quick hit style. We won't
Okay.
spend a lot of time because there's quite a few of them.
All right. Hit
Okay.
me.
Okay. Do you like horses?
Yes.
Are you usually happy or upset?
Happy.
Upset. What are good names for boys and girls?
Okay. Good names for boys. Uh,
Nathan.
Nathan's pretty good. It's gonna be popular in about 10, 20 years again. Um, Arrogance. Let
I'm
me
gonna say
think.
Jason.
Jason. Okay.
Jason.
I just yeah. Now I think of Heavy Rain every time.
Jason? Jason?
Yep. I don't know. Like, I'm actually
Ethan?
trying to think, like, what would I name my, like, if I had a kid? And
Sean?
it wouldn't be any of those. Okay.
Sean? Sean?
Max is a name.
Mm-hmm. Panty and Stocking is pretty good for girls.
Yeah, like, yeah, like, really kind of set expectations for them early.
I'm a big fan of the name Jennifer for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, like, man, I'm even thinking, like, as a hardcore pony person, I would not name any of my kids after the characters, even
Yeah,
though I love that show. So, yeah, hey, how about, Tara, Ashley, Tabitha?
I have bad experiences with a Tara and an Ashley.
Okay, Lauren.
I do like the name Lauren.
Okay, Lauren's a good one. I'm forgetting one, though. Just a second. Ashley.
Andrea.
Andrea, that's the one.
Hmm.
How do you feel about that name?
My cousin's named Andrea.
So, positive?
Um, Not negative.
Okay. And
Indifferent.
John is a good guy's name, I guess. They're
Yeah, it's
pretty
very generic.
very generic though.
Sorry, John.
Sorry. Yeah, Johns we know.
Oh, why is every John we know such a dick?
They aren't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
The guy's pretty okay. I I mean, some of our listeners might have heard of him. How would your parents react if you got a tattoo?
They'd be really confused
Mm-hmm.
because I have expressed before that I wouldn't ever do that. And then they'd be like, "What? I thought you said that was silly." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I must have been drunk or something because I don't know how that got there.
Okay,
I
so
don't think I would get a tattoo."
my answer to that is I haven't lived at home for almost 9 years, so I'm pretty sure they don't give a shit what I do
Okay.
because yeah, I'm not really a thing they have to worry about, and I pay my own bills and I can do whatever I want with my own money.
Right.
That,
Just yeah. I'd be more confused with myself. Like, I guess in theory, future me would come to a point where it's just like, no, you need to rep what you love. And
I'm gonna go a little bit further and say if you got a tattoo, what would it be of?
oh man,
Like a
like that
pony?
that changes at any time. Like, would it be like my cutie mark or something?
Oh no. You
Which
took
I
that to a
have
weird
planned
place.
out in my head.
You actually have a cutie mark.
I damn right I do.
What is it?
It's media related. It's like a record, a game, D-pad, and what a film reel.
Okay. See, like, if you were gonna get something, I could see you getting something to deal with movies because that seems like something that hasn't changed.
Yeah. Like, no matter, it's more just like new movies and things will come into play, but the common thing is it's still a movie.
Let me put it this way. If we got super, like, recognized or something out of nowhere,
Hmm.
and, like, all of a sudden we were making, like, crazy cash, we could quit our jobs and, like, don't have to worry about anything because all we could do is podcast and we're getting, like, a couple thousand every month from it.
Okay, well, so this
Would
is
you...
like a when scenario.
Okay. So, like, say we make it with either doing this or pixel response, would you get one of the logos tattooed on you?
Ah,
Since it basically like paid
no,
for everything.
no, I wouldn't do that.
Really?
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
Like, I don't want to be. Yeah, no, I wouldn't
I
do that.
probably wouldn't either.
Like, it's like Bill
But
Gates has his Microsoft tattoo. Like, that'd just be weird.
you know what? He almost should. Like I don't know that like when you
It's the
make some
Windows logo. Check it out. Sweet, right?
well when
It's
you
like
make
Steve
something
Jobs has this Apple. Like,
when you make something that iconic,
yeah.
like that's a little different, I guess. Cuz like everyone has a Windows product somehow, like a Microsoft product.
Okay. But it's like Harrison Ford with his sweet Star Wars tattoo or something. Like, it's just that's weird.
Yeah, but
Don't.
that made him.
It did, but he hates that,
Yeah,
right?
so he wouldn't get that. So like I
Yeah.
don't get why that's even a thing.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just
Are you saying
pointing.
that if we started like making money off Media Monks or something like that and it like paid for a bunch of stuff for us to do, you
Hmm.
would be like, "No, I hate that."
Well, no, then it's kind of limiting you because it's like, well, obviously my end goal is to be the best sculptor in the world.
But that's media. Like I guess that's
Oh,
a good thing about our thing is that
right. I
Media
guess
Monks can like
broad.
yeah, it's pretty
Like,
broad.
well, I'm actually going to become the coolest, oldest astronaut ever.
Dude, what if we started a podcast based on podcasts.
We podcast about our favorite podcasts.
Yeah.
I've
And
actually thought about that because I do listen to a lot of podcasts as media intake every week, but I'm not going to be like, so on this past week's tested, they talked about like it's just weird.
but I
So
mean, I guess it's kind of like a roundup though for podcasts if we did it that way. But like what I used to do before podcasts were a huge thing where a lot of people started listening to them. Like I didn't know a lot of podcasts to listen to regularly.
yeah,
So I would actually download every podcast I could, like for a week. I would download a new one for each day and try out a whole bunch of random ones.
okay.
So like, what if we did something like that? Like, is that if you don't have a huge following, is that kind of like weird to just be like, so this podcast is kind of shitty, and you're like doing a podcast about it, and
About
like,
bigger, more successful
and like no
podcasts.
one's listening to you?
Right. It's like, man, Top Gear. It's not very good. Cars? Who
I
cares?
mean, I guess we're kind of doing that now because we're
Yeah.
we're just like Adventure Time. Who gives a shit about that?
Yeah. It's like, well, they're more successful than you. It's like, yeah, well, they also are older and have been doing stuff. So, I'm sitting on my couch right now.
There you go.
Like, whatever.
Okay,
Yeah, being critical of things, that's the nature of the business. So, I guess if you want, like, yo, that Mega 64 where they ate that burger, that was awesome.
that
Check
was
that
really
out.
good. Okay, like we'll get back to the questions in a second because there are a
Okay.
bunch more still.
Okay.
Okay, so what if we did something? We should start doing something like what Mega 64 did with the burger thing, and when we're hanging out, just kind of like record.
Have a camera. Just have a
Yeah,
camera.
like why
I
not?
guess. Sure, why not?
Because
Yeah,
I was
why not?
thinking about when we were playing Slender, there were a few moments I wish, even if they were just like chunks of like a minute, there were a
Hmm.
few moments I wish we had gotten. Because
Okay.
like some of our conversation and stuff, like we should probably have at least audio recording at all time. Because we talk a lot off camera or off,
Okay.
like,
At some point, this is like Truman Show of our own creation.
but like,
But
is that a bad thing? That could be amazing.
I did like that movie.
That movie's
So
actually pretty good.
if there was a camera crew following me all around, I wouldn't complain.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right. There
Uh,
you go.
so
Answer to that.
what do you think stands between you and happiness?
Oh man.
My answer is myself.
Yeah, I guess, but like there's less and less of that happening lately. Um, I don't know. I'm generally pretty happy.
Good for
Trying to,
you. Do you
but
shop a lot?
not as much as I would like to, maybe. So there. Well, no.
I'm gonna say no.
Sure.
I
I
don't
was
like.
there yesterday shopping.
I don't
I was
really
there
shop a
today
lot.
shopping.
I don't like shopping.
Okay.
If I
Oh,
could, I would have someone shop for me.
okay, I kind of like shopping then, I guess.
Have you ever wanted to hit someone?
Like punch them?
Yeah.
Like, ever wanted to like specific? Probably like grade 6. I was pretty angry at a lot of people.
Okay. I'm
So
gonna
yeah.
say every day because I hate my job and a lot of
Okay.
people I deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yo, you should
Um,
quit that.
I know. I will talk a little bit off camera. They almost didn't give me time for PAX,
Oh man, that
and
sucks. Actually, yeah, a friend of the show, I guess. Well, friend of mine. That was the thing. He couldn't get the time off from work, and I was just like, well, just quit that job. It's like, no. It's like, oh right, I guess. Like I would not stand for that.
which friend was this?
This was Andrew. He had to drop out. He
Andrew.
was
I might be with you.
as
As
what?
in, like,
Like
I feel where you're
dirtbag?
coming from. I might quit though. I might actually drop the job.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know if they, I still don't know if they're going to give it to me. And if they don't, I'm just going to say, well, then consider this my 2 weeks notice. It's going to be
Okay.
that.
Do you have anything else lined up, or is
I
this
do.
just an impulsive Paul?
No,
Okay.
okay, like my last job that I quit to go to this job, which is higher paying, like I
Hmm.
am overqualified for every position in that place. And they are, I have insider information, they're losing a supervisor, so I could be going back there to make like what I'm making now as a supervisor.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not really worried about it. Worst,
Okay.
I mean, YOLO.
Yeah, that's true. People hate it, but it's true. So
Like how many
get
times
used
does
to it.
PAX come around? I have to work every single day at a job I hate. I can take like a few days off on a weekend to go to
Yeah.
PAX. So fuck them.
It's twice a year, technically, I guess. But yeah.
And also to answer your question, I never really wanted to hit someone. I'm gonna say like I always kind of want to hit somebody because there are a lot of people that bother me. But growing
Hmm.
up, I did a lot of hitting. So, I mean, I'm kind of okay.
Yeah.
I don't like feel like I have to. So, yeah. What's the last thing that made you happy?
Last thing that made me happy. Trying to think. Well, I don't like recent, I guess. Like I was glad to hear my friend Ryan had the same opinion as me on last week's newsroom, and we talked about it and how it was not great.
Good for you.
So high fives. Yeah, that was not a great episode of that show. I hope they don't do that again. Any of this
I re-
backslap in America's awesome. Like, stop doing that.
I really gotta catch up so
Okay.
we can talk about this more.
Okay.
Last thing that made me happy is something that happened last night that I'm not going to go into detail about on the show.
Okay.
hmm On the
All
show,
right.
that is.
Okay. Okay.
Hottest female celebrity.
Okay. Hottest female celebrity. Now, like, see, this is kind of like a relative thing, right? Or are we supposed to say
Emma
like
Stone.
broadest appeal? Emma Stone. Okay.
And Adele.
Adele.
I love Adele.
Okay. I'm just not very familiar with Adele.
Like it's
There's like things that are like weirdly keyed to my own little things. So it's like
Tara Strong.
No, I find Elizabeth Moss like weirdly interesting. Some better eyes or something. I don't know. But if we're gonna be more broad and less specific about Nathan's things,
No, be specific.
oh, okay.
Like, why would you go abroad? Because then, like, Megan Fox would be the obvious answer, and I don't like her at all, and I don't find
No,
her
I
attractive.
like Christina Hendricks is in my brain right now.
Oh, I forgot about her. Yeah, you know what?
See,
Scratch everyone I've ever said ever.
okay,
It's
just
her.
because, like, but for me, it's like there's a certain tuning thing. Like, I have this glasses thing. I,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
I do too. The librarian thing, right?
right.
Yeah.
But like, so I'm just watching Mad Men because I like that show,
Yep.
and like, everyone's talking about, oh man, Christina Hendricks is so hot, and it's just like, well, yeah, I mean, she's in shape and stuff, and I get it, but whatever. And then there's like, for no reason, just in season 4, for some reason, she's just like, oh, Joan at home in her nightgown, got some glasses on. I was just like, why do you have what? What happened? Did they like? What are
That
they just like?
evil temptress.
They just keyed into like my whole thing, and I was just like, oh geez, now I see what you're talking about. This is crazy. And it was just, yeah. And I think in RL, like real life, she doesn't have great eyes, so worked out crazy.
All
But
right.
whatever.
So Christina
Christina
Hendricks
Hendricks is pretty. Like, I mean,
with
yeah,
glasses. I'm googling this right now.
yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I shouldn't have googled that. Selena Gomez or Miley Cyrus?
For what? Just person?
I don't know. Preference, I guess. I don't know either of them at all. I'm gonna say
I,
Miley Cyrus maybe because I've heard one song by her.
okay, I heard Selena Gomez. I think she was in a movie called Bandcamp, which I heard was okay.
The writer of which I've talked to.
Of Bandcamp?
I think
All right.
isn't it
So,
Josh Kagan or whatever?
dude, I have no idea.
You know what? Internet.
Okay.
But anyways, so
I have
you're
no real thoughts on this matter. Selena Gomez is younger and therefore better, so Selena Gomez.
okay.
Logan's Run rules.
Are you sure it's called Bandcamp?
I think so.
Like,
Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie and she was not in. I think I've made this mistake before.
okay, well, I'm
Like
gonna tell
it
you what
totally.
she has been in because she's been in a few things apparently. Ramona and Beezus,
Okay. Okay.
Wizards of Waverly Place. Apparently, like that's a show that she got famous for or whatever on.
Okay.
Movie called Monte Carlo.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Okay.
I'm not
Um,
seeing it. I'm looking at this list.
Apparently, she was actually on Hannah Montana, so that's kind of weird because they were together. So
Okay.
I was gonna say, what if they're the same person? But no, because they've been in the same room at the same time, so it can't be.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who's in Bandcamp now. I'm just gonna look this up just so I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Because Bandcamp is like an American Pie movie, right?
What? No. Oh, yes, there is a movie called. What the hell am I even thinking of? It was a movie. It came out in like 2009 or something. It's like a totally fine kids movie about a band.
Okay, you know what I'm
Camp.
gonna do right now?
Whoa, 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 whoa! Camp Rock?
Wait, I'm gonna go to pixel-response.com. I'm gonna
Okay.
click a talk with category, and my interview I did with Josh Kagan, and I'm gonna see what he did because I think it's the same movie you're talking about.
And yeah, I just don't remember. I'm sorry.
So, okay, a bunch of random stuff, blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of talking right now to fill dead air because, radio.
Some summer band something. It came out same year as Up, and I didn't see it, but it got like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes or something, dude. It's supposed to be sick.
It's supposed to be sick?
Yeah, it's supposed to be so good. You wouldn't even think.
Okay. Oh, wait. So he did a weird thing called Kids Bop that he didn't like, but it was funny. Like, he
Okay.
just says. Full blown. Um, I didn't even. Oh, man. Worst interview
Band
ever. Band
Slam?
Slam. Yep.
Band Slam.
That's what you're thinking of?
That's probably it.
Okay. That's what he wrote.
Vanessa Hudgens. That's who I'm thinking of. I'm
Yep.
sorry. So Vanessa Hudgens is better than both of them.
Agreed.
Next
So,
question.
Band Slam is the one he did, and next time there's a Calgary Expo, he might come out drinks with us.
Cool, man.
So that's weird. Like, did you like Undergrads? He's one of the writers of that, which is one of my favorite cartoons ever.
I haven't seen it, but people tell me it's pretty good.
So, Josh Kagan, if you don't know that name, know it. It's important because he wrote my favorite cartoon.
Alright.
There you go. Justin Bieber or Cody Simpson? I don't know either of them. I've never heard a Bieber song ever.
I'm gonna say Justin Bieber just because dude gets, like, crapped on all the time. And he's just a kid. He's just singing. It's shit, but you don't need to listen to it. I don't know.
Dude
Leave
gets
him
the mad vagina.
Probably. He's like 18. Why would,
From Selena Gomez, apparently, too.
Yeah, that's a thing. Anyway.
I know way more about their relationship than I should because one of my exes was obsessed with them.
Great.
And not the one that
I'm
you met. Just so
okay.
we're clear.
Who's Cody? Like, what?
I don't know. I don't know who Cody Simpson is either, so I'm going to default to Bieber.
Yeah, obviously Bieber because he's actually famous. Oh, move on.
Do you wear hats? If yes, what kind? Topical.
Yeah, I wear construction helmets every now and then
Yep.
when I'm sitting on my couch podcasting.
It's true. Yep.
I have a white nerdy baseball cap from that
Oh my
Weird
God.
Al album.
Okay.
I wore that outside like once.
See you mowing your front lawn.
Yep. They see me mowing
My
front lawn.
lawn.
You know, they know that I'm so white and nerdy. Something, something.
You don't remember the lyrics?
I used to know all of them, but
How does it start again? I can't remember.
it starts with the mowing the lawn thing.
No, like the first. Do you remember like the first? What
Like
the hell is that
breakdown?
called? Like breakdown verse. Like how does it start?
Oh, first in my class down MIT.
Got skills. I'm a champion at D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
MC Escher, that's my favorite MC. Keep your forward. I'll just have an Earl Grey tea.
AT.
My
Yeah,
rims
my
never
rims
spin
never
to
spin to
the
the contrary.
You'll find
that
they're
they're quite stationary.
All my action figures are cherry. Stephen Hawking's in my
In
library.
my library.
My MySpace page.
It's
My
all totally
MySpace
pimped out.
page.
I'm
Yeah.
begging for my top 8 spaces.
Yep.
I know pie 2,000 places. Ain't got no grills, but I still wore braces.
I order all my sandwiches with mayonnaise. I'm a whiz in my sweeper. I can play for days.
See my sweet moves. You're gonna stay amazed.
My fingers moving so fast, it's the place ablaze. I can't say it as fast as he does at all. Like I'm actually tripping out on my own tongue.
It's great. Anyway, yeah. No, we need to move on to a different question. We can't just awkwardly remember Al songs.
So yeah, regular baseball hat, solid black, no logo. That's what I roll.
Okay.
How do you usually start a conversation?
What? I don't know. Like.
Hey. That's me.
Sure. Hey, what's up? Yeah, no, they're pretty good. Something like that.
I think I should change that to yo fucking idiot.
If you remember more, sure.
Yo fucktard. Yeah.
It's like, what? I'm just messing with you. How you doing? My name's Paul.
Do you get nervous about small things?
Less now, but every now and then something will still pop up. It's like, oh, I still have weird insecurities about that, huh? Strange. So.
Do I get nervous about small things? Like my penis?
I
guess I don't get nervous about that.
Okay.
I'm not too nervous. I guess. Who would you take a bullet for?
Fucking nobody, dude. I decided this yesterday. I'm trying to remember what it, oh yeah, it's okay, not to get too real world or too disparaging of things relatives are doing without talking to them about it first. Man, this is getting weird. My cousin is becoming a firefighter, and I basically decided I would never do that.
Okay.
Ever.
Yeah.
I would never risk my life for anybody or their house. Like, especially their possessions and crap. It's just like, oh, I guess this building's dead. All right. Like,
Okay.
no, like, why would I ever do that? That's insane. So, yeah, I was, like, really baffled by that situation. So, yeah, I don't think literally anybody. Like, which sounds so selfish and preservation, whatever. Yo, that's how Darwin stuff works, man. You can't
Okay.
just be jumping in front of bullets for whoever. Like, what are you doing? So, nobody. Literally zero people. Zero people. Sorry, Paul.
Okay.
Don't get shot. Don't get shot at. Like, I'd probably be more confused why someone I thought I knew would be getting shot at by somebody, you know?
Well,
So,
I mean, I have told you about my neighborhood.
I guess, but guns? Really?
We'll talk later.
Okay.
I'll say my mother.
Alright.
And the reason for that is because the way she raised me is the way I am today, and I don't think I could ever repay her any normal way.
Okay. Whereas I'm like, my parents are older than me, so I'm actually, like, they're I'm their project, right? I got to carry on their lineage, so it would make less sense for me to die for them. You
I
know what
mean,
I'm saying?
yes, that makes sense, but like, I don't know. I owe a lot of stuff. I
Do you
can't.
have like siblings? Like, do you have an insurance policy on that?
I do have siblings, yes,
Oh, okay, so I guess
and
if
they're
you,
all male, so the name will
so
continue.
you're good. So I guess you could afford to do that. I'm like a only kid situation, so no, that would be a terrible thing to do.
You're not an only kid.
Well, I have a sister, but not to
The
get again.
lineage, yeah,
What?
lineage, yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
once
Also,
she marries,
you know,
like, different name.
also adoption, not to be
Oh,
a
dude.
and it's like
I'm
and she
sorry, I
knows.
didn't actually know that.
No, yeah, like she's been talking about that. Like we told her as soon as she was old enough to know. Like it wasn't one of those weird adult surprise. Like guess what? Like no, it wasn't that. So yeah, it's fine.
Do you think we get too personal sometimes on here?
I don't believe in the phrase too personal. So no.
Okay. You know
Like
what? If you're okay with it, I am too. Because I just don't have any shame. I don't care.
yeah, whatever. Like you'll just know things you would eventually know from talking to me for a while via podcast. So fine. Hey, what's up?
Speaking of which, if you see us at PAX, come say hi.
Yeah, if you somehow also, well, I guess I just posted that photo of me wearing a helmet, so you'll actually know what I look like.
You didn't
So,
actually put that up.
hell yeah, I did.
Oh my god. Okay, I have to see that after. But are you scared of death?
Not really anymore.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've accepted that I'm going to die. I don't know how or when, and I'm okay with that.
yeah, it's an inevitable thing, so no sense getting too bummed out about it. Oh, I guess on that note, if we want to, like, yeah, this is a movie I skipped over talking weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Seeking a Friend for the End of the World is not a good movie
Yeah,
because
I could tell
it
you that because Carell sucks.
okay. Carell, I did say that quite bluntly when we were talking, but I don't know if I completely believe that because I have enjoyed him in a few things.
Like The Office, but that's it.
Like The Office and like I said in our Dinner for Schmucks conversation, like some stuff he brings to the table makes that character almost endearing, but the movie's still kind of bad.
Mm-hmm.
But here it's just like not playing to his strengths at all. He's kind of going back to that Dan in real life type, like really serious and sad guy, and I
Oh,
just don't
gross.
empathize with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a guy who grew up loving Charlie Brown and thinking like that kind of character is awesome. And I think the best modern version of that is actually Louis because
Yes,
like
definitely.
kind of like a sad sack type dude in some ways, but he's got it together, and he's admirable in a lot of ways too, and it's awesome. But yeah, this guy like it's just like, oh, the world's ending. If only I found true love. And I was just like, this is the dumbest thing. Come on, that's not real. Go just enjoy yourself. And it's like, no, dude. He's like moping around and the world's ending and he's all sad. It's just like I don't care about this. And like they'll kind of periodically go like him and Keira Knightley are just kind of traveling around and they'll meet some crazy characters that are totally have awesome stuff going on. Like Rob Corddry and Patton Oswalt are in it. They have great one moment like one scene kind of things. T.J. Miller and Jillian Jacobs of Community fame are at this crazy restaurant that just basically turns into a giant orgy. And then our panicky main characters leave, so we don't get to kind of see how that happened. Like, what's going on at this restaurant? No, we're going to follow the boring guy and that lady he met. It's just like, what is this movie doing? So, yeah, I was not feeling that movie. And it had, like, a weird kind of, I don't know, just that attitude about death thing I felt was just better expressed in Melancholia, which is a weird movie to compare this to because it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
For world-ending like movie scenario movies of recent times, like I thought Melancholia was amazing, and this just kind of made me angry. So yeah, just had to get that out of my head because I did not get to talk about that movie. Sorry.
So are you saying I shouldn't see it?
I don't think you like if you don't like Steve Carell, especially like at all.
Okay.
Yeah, don't see it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's like a lot of supporting players, but they're just kind of wasted. Like, and people I like too, and it's just kind of yeah. I was really frustrated by that movie.
Okay. What are you wearing right now? Don't say nothing.
I got this Freeze Pop shirt from PAX 2009, which I guess is the last one they went to.
Yep.
Which I wish they'd come back because
Well,
those guys are.
they kind of blew up after that, right?
Did they? Like, are they doing pretty good mainstream
Like
wise?
they must be because that was the same year I think Rock Band came out with a bunch of their stuff.
Okay,
They
well I
released like was it a full album on Rock Band? Probably not. Like a few of their hits. But like, does Anna Monoguchi still do it? Because they blew up in a big way.
yeah they haven't been there in a couple years either.
Yeah.
I saw them there too, but I just
But I
I
mean,
don't.
yo, Joko, he kind of blew up a little bit too, and
Yeah,
he
and he's
still
still
goes.
back, but and he's great.
I love that
Like
guy.
like he's got a really great. I guess he's been traveling around with a band though, right? So
Yes.
you
Last
lose
year
some
he
of
was
that
with a
kind of
band.
one-to-one interaction with the audience.
In a way, it's okay
Okay,
because it gives a fuller sound for sure,
okay.
and
Just I
that's
really
kind of
liked how
great.
much he just kind of talked to the crowd. That was
Yeah,
my.
but like at the same time, he doesn't really do like bars and cafes and stuff anymore. So like
Yeah.
it in the venues he doesn't really need to, but he still does. He just
Mhm.
seems like a really affable dude, especially one from New York, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
But like I'd cuddle with him. Just saying.
All right.
He seems like he was
Um,
a cuddler.
okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get back to the question at hand. I'm also wearing those shorts I bought for Coachella.
Right on.
They ended up being my go-to shorts. I like them a lot.
Cargo shorts.
They got some pockets. I don't know if they qualify as cargo shorts.
Okay.
Actually, no. I think they were kind of more designed for biking and running and stuff. Hiking shorts. That's kind of what.
Active shorts, active wear.
Yeah, sure. We'll call
Okay.
it. What about?
Um,
Wait. What's going on?
like a hat. Still,
Yep.
I actually took a picture and put that on Twitter, so that's a thing now. I said the exact same thing as you too. Apparently, I said podcast hat, and that's what you did.
Yep.
So that's great. We're on the same page on that, I guess. So there's 2 pages out of 8. Um, tested T-shirt, the block head T-shirt one,
Yeah. Okay.
and jeans.
There you
So
go. Fashion tips from the media monks.
dress to impress right now. How important is trust to you in friendship?
Yeah. I don't know, like, what would be a betrayal or anything,
My
really.
answer is I don't really trust anyone, but if there's no trust, I don't even talk to that person.
Okay, where I think I tend to trust, like, trust is a thing to be lost,
Yep.
right? So, like, I tend to trust everybody until they do something really weird, and
Yeah.
that hasn't happened most of the time, so.
It's also harder to lose someone's trust when you're open about a lot of stuff,
Right.
I find, because it's just like, yeah, so like that guy was saying that you talk shit about me. It's like, yeah, I was, because I don't like you. So,
Okay. I guess there's been some stuff with that, yeah, like, whereas, like, I'll talk so much about myself that people get kind of comfortable telling me things that they weren't telling me.
right.
Like, it's just like, man, like, I felt bad because, like, you brought up all that stuff about what you were doing. Yeah, I actually have been doing this. You're just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I don't feel offended by it. It's more just like, it's kind of cool to be a catalyst for people to lighten up some.
Yep.
I don't
Because nothing in this life is important. We are all gonna die.
Yeah, we're all gonna die. You know, you're lucky if you make a century.
I guess I mean I guess what I'm trying to say is YOLO.
YOLO. Oh man. Yeah, yeah. Also, You Only Live Twice. A not half bad James Bond movie. There's a volcano base. So think about that.
YOLO.
Bolt.
What was the last compliment you received?
Last compliment I received. I think. When was? I guess when I was helping my dad move, maybe. I
Okay.
think he said like, he's kind of like, I'm proud of you, son. Stuff like that. Those kind of things.
I
Um,
I don't hear that very often.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Um, okay. Well, it's all right. I don't know if I want to pry into your relationship with your dad, but
It's
is he local? Is all I really want to know. Like, do you guys get to hang out ever? Or?
no, and we like the same. I have the same problems with him as I do with his side of the family. Is
Mhm.
that I don't feel like I can be myself around them at all
Oh, okay.
because they're very Christian
Right.
and like
Oh, okay.
they
Whereas, like,
sh-
yeah,
they shy away from the inappropriate stuff. Like I mean, you've talked to me, you know how I can get off mic sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah, so like I mean, Cards Against Humanity is not a thing I would play with anyone from his side of the family.
yeah. Okay.
That's kind of what I'm saying. I don't know. It's a fine, like, we're fine with each other. We don't hate each other, but we have a mutual respect and don't talk very much about stuff that's not important.
Okay. Like, yeah, me and my dad up until like basically when he was like, "Oh, let's get religion lied to me," and went to where I'm at. We've been able to talk a lot more. Like, we see eye
Yeah,
to eye now, where we did not before.
good.
So,
I'm happy for you. That's an
yeah.
important thing to have.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty great last little while. But that, yeah, there was a lot of ice there before, so
Mm.
yeah,
So you know where I'm coming from, kind of.
yeah.
Like,
It can change though,
it's
but
not resentment or disdain or anything, but it's not warmness.
yeah, fair enough.
Last compliment I received is "I love you." I heard from someone.
There you go.
So yeah. What languages do you speak?
Languages do I? Oh man. I speak English. Obviously,
Yep.
and I technically like I have French 30, so someone could look at a piece of paper and assume I know some French. I don't
Okay.
remember 90% of that stuff, so yeah. So
Okay.
nothing else other than that. Are you bilingual?
I speak English and Spanish fluently.
You speak Spanish, dude?
I do. And because I speak Spanish and know it, I have a working knowledge of Italian, I mean Portuguese, everything that is based in a Latin dialect.
Like, so if some stuff's written down, you can decipher it?
Kind of. Like some of it's way off, so not I'm going to say a working knowledge because like if I learned, it would be easy to hold.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that respect, a lot of French is a lot like Spanish too. Only French is choppier and like whereas Spanish is more like weird and kind of lazy sounding. Because
Mm-hmm.
like for example, just like counting in French, it's like un, deux, trois, and stuff like that. In Spanish, it's like uno, dos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And then
know.
you got your eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, all that.
Yep. Um,
Kraftwerk
I
song,
used
dude.
to I used to know how to count in Japan. I used to go to Japan to count.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, that was from karate. That was a thing for a little bit, but that didn't last. Is it easy to make you laugh?
Um, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Just in light of like, I mean, like if you're like, if it's something I don't know. I'm trying to think now, cause like I'm just thinking about like shows that have tried and failed to make me laugh. But then if something's just keyed just right, like it'll make me laugh quite readily, right?
Mhm.
So stuff I like, yeah. So maybe, but it's also easy to make me do the opposite of laughter, which is like that's not funny. What, you think that's funny? So
Okay. I'm gonna say
although I
yes.
won't get that angry about it, but yeah, okay, fair enough.
What video game have you played the most?
Oh,
There's no contest with this for me.
okay. I think with the 25 hours I've put in on PC right now, probably Skyrim.
Okay.
But I just wish I didn't have that weird break between the two, because like there's stuff I'm doing now that I'm just not interested in, but I should probably just do the main story again, but whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna say Skyrim. What was yours?
World of Warcraft.
Okay.
In World of Warcraft, you go /played, and it'll count all the time you've spent logged into the game playing.
Mm-hmm.
I've played over a year and a half worth of hours.
Wait. Wait.
Yep.
Like we're talking 365 days times 24.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't even know that was possible, but okay.
The game has
It's
been
been
out
out.
for 7 or 8 years, and I used to be a hardcore raider, so every weekend I would spend at least 20 hours playing the game.
All right. There you go. Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah, wow, exactly.
Ba-da-ba.
Ba-dum-bum. Tip your waitresses. We'll be here all week. That's not true. We're gonna end really quickly here. Okay, so that's, I guess, the Form Spring section. I just thought
Okay.
it was kind of nice because, quick hits that weren't
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so Devin Kent, aka Vincent Sin 91 on Twitter. First of all, that's the dude that I said he has to follow me from the Cards Against Humanity stream.
Oh, sweet. Hey, how you doing? Welcome aboard.
Yeah, so hey, Devin Kent or Vincent Sin 91. Are any of you guys attending MagFest 11? I'm gonna say tentatively no, just
Oh,
because
man.
I don't know how much I can afford it. If I can,
Yeah.
I will for sure because I've always wanted to go to MagFest.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it for the past couple years. Topher over at Electric Hydra was
Yep,
saying it's like his favorite convention.
because it's music and just like people getting together and playing games.
It just sounded really relaxed in a cool way. Like
Mm-hmm.
the last one I only
Parties in
really,
hotel elevators, yo.
yeah, elevator party, something like
Exactly.
that,
Yep.
which sounds genius. And yeah, the only reason I totally spaced on the last one was I just didn't know when it was. It's in like January.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, like I asked about like, hey, when is that? I'm kind of wanting to go, and it was like, oh, dude, it was 2 weeks ago. So that happened. So in theory, I would be totally into that, but again, yeah, money, I guess.
Okay.
But it's right after Christmas, so I might just make a score of money.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe,
Let's say
maybe.
this: you and me are gonna go,
Okay.
and if like circumstances prevent us from, that's fine. But
Right.
I'm gonna say yes.
We should
So
go. We should
unless
go.
unless you hear otherwise from me, we'll see you at MagFest next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. Magfest 13. Because we'll all still be here, you know? Spoilers, mans. You screwed up.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Rachel Maurer. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Rosethorn of the on Twitter.
Okay.
What's your fave video game you have played?
Fave video game I've played. Oh, man. I really like. It's one I could just go back to. So, like, it's like programmed into me since I was a little kid, so it's kind of unfair advantage. But Super Mario World's real good, dude.
Okay.
It's a real
I
good
played
video.
that to the point of redundancy, and I just don't have that much fun anymore until I get to the last few worlds.
Like, I don't really play it anymore, but I just have tons of affection for it. I also like Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yep. Okay.
Um, yeah, we'll stick with those.
Resident Evil 1.
All right, those dogs jump through the window, dude. It's like ah,
And any of the Mega Man games. Because, I mean, once you played one, you've played most of them.
swag.
Swag. And YOLO, I guess.
Yeah, we're just gonna do all these bad hashtags. That's our new thing.
Yep.
Sorry, everybody.
Anyways, the most important thing of the night. You bought new towels.
I did. I bought new towels. The Sears closing sale. I guess they're not closing, like they're not all closing down. Only two in the city are. But I think they're connected to Zellers in some weird way, right?
I think so. Maybe the same, like, they're probably sister companies under, like, some corporate
Some,
name. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess in a weird way, like yeah, a lot of Canadian department stores are not doing so hot.
It makes sense because Amazon, you can get everything for a few cents.
Right. And the Walmart is pretty cheap, dude.
Yep.
Like I go there more than I should, but you know what? Them pizzas are cheap. They're just cheap. So
It's
I'm not gonna
true.
not buy a cheap pizza. Screw off, man. Um. So yeah, and it's like a block from my house. So the yeah, you can't beat that. But anyway, yeah. So this Sears closing down. I think that their sale has only just started recently, but that already means they don't have 90% of things I'd want. But they did have towels, and I was told in Vanity Fair that you should have matching towels, or you're not cool. You're not together.
The funny thing is, I actually do, kind of.
There you
I
go.
like, but you can't tell because I have a roommate with me now. So like, she brought a bunch of towels too. So we just kind of use whatever's ready.
Oh,
Basically,
so you
what I
got
had
two
before,
flashing.
I had a huge
That's.
like beach towel type thing that I would use for after I got out of the shower, which is black. And then on
Mhm.
top of that, I had a regular sized towel folded up that was gray. And then on top of that is another black, like hand towel.
Okay.
And then I had a gray hand towel that was by the sink I used to have
So
for
black
like,
and gray.
yeah, because my shower curtain is like stones or something, and they're kind of like, that's the color palette, like white, black, and gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas I just got like hecka blue towels of various shades and things from my parents when I moved out.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, like totally functional towels, but they're just all wrong. So yeah, I just went with some yellow towels.
And you need that shit to impress the ladies.
That's what Vanity Fair told me.
Yep. And
That,
you
like,
you need to impress those ladies.
yeah, that's one of the prime directives, right? You gotta procreate and stuff, right? That's the thing.
I don't know. I guess more than anything, it's just fun to practice.
Bah,
Bah.
Vanity Fair. So there you go.
So
Sex
Vanity
obsessed,
Fair.
panty right here. Boom.
Boom. Um. Yeah. So I guess that'll do it for this week. As always, check us out on Facebook. Yo, give us some likes. Like really.
Yeah,
Talk.
just click that thing. Just click that thing. We won't spam you with tons of stuff.
Well, you can. We will spam you with tons of stuff. Oh no, if you
No,
like
what do
if
you
you
mean?
like Media Monks, you won't. But like Pixel Response too, and then you will. But it's all good content, so that's okay.
Right. We should write more. We should do that.
Um,
Um.
After we're done recording this, I was wondering if we could talk a little bit.
Okay, I need to have some Advil though, dude. My head is
That's
exploding.
fine. So yeah, check us out on Facebook. I guess I don't plug it enough, but both Pixel Response and Media Monks are on there. So look us up on that.
And check
Email.
out the Steam group. We got Pixel Response on there.
We do. Join Top Down Perspective too, because even though I'm not really affiliated with that, I am somewhat affiliated with that.
You know people.
I know people, yo.
Yeah,
Like, I know all of you guys. So, there
I
you
know.
go.
So yeah. Anyway, good
Um,
stuff. Check out the Steam. Check out Twitter, Facebook, Stitcher,
I'm gonna say, don't
Gmail.
bother emailing us anymore.
Don't bother with that Gmail I just mentioned. That was a lie.
Yeah, because it's the Movie Monks. It's kind of weird because it's not Media Monks. It doesn't have anything to do with us at all.
Uh huh.
I'll get a new email set up that's more under the umbrella of Pixel Response that people can use, and I don't even check it. Like I might have even forgotten the password for it. It's been that long. So don't bother doing that. Instead, Twitter the Media Monks or us at Exposure EXFAUXSURE or Krasnor KRAZNOR.
I got my Weird
And
Al
as
money
always,
right here.
Stitcher, Media Monks, do that so you don't have to download us because yo, I save this stuff because I have to, but I would not download us because I use Stitcher, and it's great. And
I do download it though, cause iPhone. But whatever.
I, as always, again, visit Pixel Dash Response for more from us. And that's it for this week.
Pow. See you next week.
See ya.